Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is yet another long overdue shop my stash. I don't know why I cannot get into the routine of doing this every 2 to 3 weeks. It seems to happen once a month, which is not what I want at all. And every time I promise to do better, and yet here we are, which is a big bummer. But because it takes me so long, I end up with a big box of stuff. So I don't have enough time, or you guys are not going to be interested in me going through absolutely everything that's in this box, but I will touch on a few highlights. And again, we'll be pulling 5+ products to bring upstairs with me. I'll bring you through my makeup collection to choose new products. I literally have a list of all the makeup that I would love to pull soon, and it's just too much makeup, too little time, which is why I shouldn't have as much as I do. But that's enough rambling. My style of Shop My Stash was inspired by Chic Geek. Originally it was supposed to be every 2 to 3 weeks, only a handful of products. It has gotten away from me. But maybe we can try and do better this time. I like pulling a few palettes and a few other makeup products to complement what I'm working on in Project Pans, because those are always my priority. But I still also need to prioritize touching the other things in my collection at least a couple of times. I'm happy with 2 to 3 uses on these things. Let's start with what's most exciting in the palettes that I'm ready to put back. First, I have the Beaute Nostalgia palette. I had this lingering in my collection for over a year and I didn't use it. I had some issues with the wax, kind of trying to escape the 3 metallic shades. I am so sad that I let this go in my collection for so long. I could not stop reaching for this. This palette is amazing. The formula is incredible. Yes, it's mostly matte. I do wish there were some more shimmers in here, but I can pull shimmers from other things. And also the shimmers that they included are pretty versatile. I love this palette. I was hesitant, and why I didn't reach for it is because the Grandiose palette also received in a BoxyCharm. I got all my Ace Beauté products from BoxyCharm. I did not like that palette. I had major fading issues with those eyeshadows, and I do not with these ones. And so now I'm kind of intrigued to maybe try their other palettes. I don't know, I have another one which I also have never used before that is more of a like fall color story, so I'm excited to try that in the fall. But I was so happy with this palette, and I'm happy I had some time to use it. The other palette I used a handful of times was the Alter Ego Goddess palette. This is the dupe for the Natasha Denona Gold palette. I had a suspicion that the Alter Ego formula would fade on me just like the Natasha Denona palettes do. I do have the mattes on my lid are from here. I have not had that issue with the Alter Ego palettes, so I'm very happy that I can now know that I can turn to Alter Ego for color stories I'm wanting from Natasha Denona, because her formula does not work with my body chemistry. I don't know what it is. I cannot get them to work. I don't want to fuss with them to the extreme. I don't think that makeup should be that hard on an everyday basis. I thought I would love this palette for the metallics, and especially this teal matte, because I love a good teal matte. I have been loving Hera, Athena, and Iris. These seemingly boring matte shades. They are perfect undertones. I have been reaching for them all the time, and I'm so happy. I was considering rearranging my Alter Ego palettes to match the like layout of the Natasha Denona ones, but I'm not sure if I want to fuss with that. But I'm just very happy to have the Natasha Denona Gold color story in a formula and a price point that works better for me. What are some other standouts? Oh my god, the Nabla Skin Glazing Blush in the shade Truth. This is also what I'm wearing today. I very lightly This is an amazing blush formula. I want more shades. It's super glowy and pigmented. I loved the baked formula. I'm having the best time with this. I was trying out the Kosas Air Brow for the first time. I'm looking for a replacement for the ABH Clear Brow Gel because I'm not currently buying from that brand, but I have bushy, unruly eyebrows, and the ABH one is like strong hold hairspray for your brows, and this isn't quite it. It works. It keeps my brow hairs in place unless there's any kind of like disturbance. Like if you were to change your shirt or accidentally rub it, it's not going to hold through that, but it's not a crunchy hold, which I know people didn't like the ABH one because it felt crunchy in the brows. This one doesn't, but it also doesn't have as strong of a hold. I like it. I will use it. I probably won't repurchase it though. This Ciate London Everyday Vacay powder is probably my favorite under eye setting powder I've ever used, but I just keep reaching for this, and I have other neglected powders in my collection. I'm wanting to just swap those out. The Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Icy Sherbet Primer. This has a cooling effect and has been so lovely on these hot days, but I've been using this quite a bit and I'm trying to pan 2 primers, so I'm putting this one back even though I don't really want to, but I might pull this out again very soon. How about just one more thing to quickly chat about? I have, like, this box is full. I could keep rambling on and on, but I've already seen that I've talked way longer than I want to. The brow pencil I used once I finished it's right here, the Hourglass Arch Micro Brow Pencil that was in my whole collection project pan. I then needed a brow pencil, and I bought this one for my birthday from Juvia's Place. I had made my first Juvia's Place order, and I got medium brown. I really hate this brow pencil. This is probably one of the worst brow pencils I've ever tried. The It Cosmetics Brow Power didn't work for me either, in a similar manner that it's just so hard. Excuse the swatches from my whole collection video, but hardly anything shows up with light pressure. You really need to scrub it in, but like even now it's just rock hard, and I'm pulling brow hairs out and it's not moving very fast because not much pigment comes off. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna suffer through using this up. Like, I don't know what I want to do with this because it is not working for me, and I have full brows. I had the thin waxed brows and I grew them all back, thank goodness. So I don't want to keep pulling them out and have bald patches in my brows. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, honestly. I feel like I'm obligated to use it up. I don't want to really give it to anybody else, but I paid my own good birthday money on it, so I feel bad throwing it away, but that is not working for me. There are a couple things that I had upstairs with stuff I had already pulled and used once or twice, but I wanted to share in a Shop My Stash capacity. So the first is a palette that I just got in PR. This will be available August 12th. This is from Fantasy Cosmetica. They also kindly gifted me the Druid palette, which is like the green one. They have beautiful special shades, fantasy themed. Fantasy is my favorite genre in terms of books and reading, and I was accepted into their affiliate program, so I will have a link down below that is an affiliate link, and my code is emilynmax to save 10% off. But again, it's affiliated, so I do get a small percentage of that back as well. But I love supporting new, smaller, woman-owned indie brands, and with a theme that really speaks to me, and their duo or multi-chromes are so beautiful. Let's see if we can... They look kind of the same. So when I hold it like this shade looks like a bluish green type of shade to you guys, but it looks bluish purple to me. It's very, very interesting. The shimmer shades just look so dimensional. This one looks bluish purple to me, but looks kind of green in my viewfinder. It's just very hard to capture what these look like. Maybe I can insert the swatches they have on their Instagram page, but again, this will be available on the 12th. So I definitely want to use this summer, especially around the release. Maybe I can do a reel with a look or two with this palette. I was also thinking of doing a look combining this and the Druid palette, but this is a priority to use. Get a review up for you guys. I have not used this palette yet, so I don't have a review, but if you were interested in the color story, then I would absolutely love it if you would support my channel in that way by using my link. Two base products that I just wanted to be using, so I will include them in this Shop My Stash. I have the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. This is a very dewy, sticky, gripping primer, and I thought it would be good for some more summer looks. And then I also pulled out the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I feel like I've used this not too long ago, but I was mixing this in with my Drunk Elephant Debronzy drops because this is too light for me right now. But I also like mixing this in with the ColourPop foundation I'm trying to pan, and I just wanted another lightweight option to be using. So those were kind of already up there, but let me stop rambling. Let's put some stuff away and pick some new products. All right, let's start off with the new makeup products. This is my makeup drawer of shame right now. These are the 22 makeup products I want to use in 2022, and those are makeup empties. But looking over here, okay, let's take in the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder to replace the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Powder. I've never used this before, so we'll test that out. And I really want to use, I haven't even hauled these on my channel yet, but I did get the glowing lip from ColourPop. This is the orangey shade in Desert Aura from the In the Springs collection. I did haul them on Instagram, I suppose, if you follow me there. And then I also want to pull in this Winnie the Pooh highlighter in the shade 100 Acre Wood. This is the medium shade, which I think will be beautiful with a tan. More of a yellow highlighter. I want to be sure I use this before I lose my tan. And I think for now, that will be everything. I don't know. What I want to pull is all these bronzers, but I have a ton of bronzers upstairs. I can't do that, or it wouldn't make sense for me to do that, I should say. Okay, we're gonna pull these three new items from over here. Heading over to palettes, there are just so many that I want to pull, especially these ones that I chatted about in my Project 100 uses, especially Wild West, but I think I'm going to wait until later in August to pull this and still focus on some more summery shades. This has been calling to me, the Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions. But I think I'm going to go with a couple of new palettes. Oh boy. I think all of these would be so fun for summer, but I am going to pull in my new palette, the ColourPop in the Springs. I'll just pop in a picture of what this looks like instead of opening it up right now. Then the other summer palette I really want to make sure I use is Lush Life. I did buy this in the winter, but it was last year's summer palette, and I was very excited to get this, and then because I got it in winter, I wasn't reaching for it, and I haven't prioritized it all summer so far, so definitely getting this one as well. And unfortunately, I think that's going to have to be it for palettes, because I also have the Fantasy Cosmetica one. Here is their Druid palette over here too. Like, there are just so many amazing palettes that I have in my collection, and I need to stop bringing in more new ones so I can get used to the ones I have. This would have been great for summer, but the summer days are running out, and I haven't used all the palettes that I wanted to. I've done some rearranging in my lip product drawer, and I'm much happier with how this is looking. I have liquid lipsticks, bullet lipsticks, lip glosses, more liquid lipsticks that didn't fit in this holder. And the one I want to pull in is Stila Carmello. I've been craving a true like nude that's on the paler side, and I know this is more cool toned, and I am working on quite a few cool toned eyeshadows. Maybe I do need more of a warm toned nude as well. I've been trying to get more use out of my liquid lipsticks as well, because I feel like those do definitely get neglected. Hello, sir. Maybe this one from NYX, a soft matte lip cream in the shade Athens. This is like a warm pale peachy shade, and I definitely have not used this in a long time. So I will pull in these two as well. I'm actually putting 2 blushes away and will only be choosing one more, which who's proud of me, even though now that I opened this, I'm eyeing the watercolor blushes. This one from Rare Beauty. This one from Laura Geller is so beautiful for summer. And this Note one, haven't used the blush palette in so long. Oh my gosh. But the Bare Minerals bronzer, I have mine in the shade Kiss of Copper. This is a fabulous end of summer color, especially with like a warm toned eyeshadow look. This looks so beautiful, and it looks great with my tanned skin. Definitely want to use this before summer is over. I lied, I'm putting 3 blushes back. I think this is looking pretty good for Shop My Stash. I mean, I can always come down and get more if I feel like I need it, but I have the 3 palettes, a primer, foundation, 3 lipsticks, powder, a blush, and a highlighter, and I have a gazillion bronzers upstairs. So, I mean, what more could I possibly need? So those were the new products I'm very excited to get some use out of over the next few weeks. Let me know what you would like me to pull next time if you have any ideas. I love getting your guys' suggestions. Apologies that there was no like removing of makeup and then putting makeup back montage situation that I like to do in my Shop My Stash, but it is midnight and I don't think my husband would appreciate if I turned off the AC and turned on the light to film that right now. So next time I will try and make sure to film the clips of me pulling all of these products out as well as putting the new products away. But if you did enjoy today's Shop My Stash nonetheless, then please do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!